Hello and welcome to Big Bang with me, Pratibha. Bengaluru is gaining notoriety as the new rape capital of India as cases of atrocities against women have become the order of the day. Here's another incident that will add to the new tag of Bengaluru.
Even as Bengalurians are coming to terms with the horrifying rape of a 6-year-old on a school premises, another incident has shamed the IT capital of India. July 18th. Talagattapura. A 3-year-old girl was allegedly raped by a predator in a neighborhood. The incident came to light when the girl was taken for a checkup to St. John's Hospital in Koramangala. The doctors discovered that the little girl was molested and immediately directed the parents to register a complaint with the police.
As per complaint, victim belongs to an Tachgupe village of Talagattapura police station limit. Parents appeared today along with the victim and they lodged the complaint. And as per the complaint, some 3 days back, one boy, of neighborhood boy only, committed the sexual offense on her. And today, when she was taken to the hospital, the doctor, while examining, to know about this issue, and then he advised them to lodge a police complaint immediately about the sexual offense. Immediately they came to us. Now we have registered the case under POCSO Act, Prevention of Children Sexual Offence Act.
The child is said to have been playing on the road when one of the boys from across the house lured her. This is when the horrifying incident allegedly occurred.
Now this neighbor called the child while she was playing out in one of these roads of this village. And once she was enticed with something, he called her inside the house. And after a while, the villagers got suspicious because the child did not come out for a long time. Now that came as a shocker for a lot of them because they wanted to know what was happening to this child. They came inside the house and what they found out was the child was stripped of all her clothes. They suspected something must have happened. Gram Panchayat was immediately called in and this particular accused was let go saying nothing had happened just because one of his uncles was a prominent Gram Panchayat member. Now this became as a shocker for the family. They later let the matter go, but their suspicions lingered on. Let us speak to this person who I won't identify, but this person has in fact seen what has happened to this particular child. So what exactly happened?
Sir, yesterday belongs to around 2 o'clock. He has went off to the house and he has something happened. Today right now the family people are informed to me. We are waiting for the victim report. Yeah, they already immediately they gone to the Talagattapura station and made a FIR registration and they went off this Raja Rajeshwari hospital. Accused, I'm not seen, but he is on runaway. He is not right now in a home and the whole family is not at home.
The cops have taken up the case seriously and are following leads. The case has been registered under Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act. While the police have identified the accused, his age has not been revealed. There are suspicions that the accused himself might be a minor. Meanwhile, the neighborhood is divided into 2 parties, one in support of the victim and the other for the accused. None of them are ready to speak about the incident. The accused is currently absconding and the cops have launched a manhunt to nab the accused. While the city is still recovering from the horrifying rape of a 6-year-old girl in a school, this incident has sent shockwaves across the city. Varghese for News 9, Bengaluru.
Our CM Sahibru is known for his extremely blunt replies. The media and society at large has relished these, but on Tuesday there was a shocker. Not only was his comment of bad taste, but also very disrespectful of his coveted post. Here's a report.
Even as state erupts in anger, CM Sar says, "What's the big deal?" The remark that we are talking about happened in the corridors of power. Yes, that's right. It was the Vidhana Saudha where the Chief Minister decided to dismiss the questions posed at him. Instead of reassurances, there came the cold dismissals by the topmost leader of the state.
Bangalore? Rape.
The entire state is being bombarded with cases of rape. While many are shocked, several others are disgusted. Predators are on the prowl, committing crimes with little impunity and least respect for the law. And while the state demanded answers in chorus, Chief Minister Sar questioned the intention of the media in reporting the rape cases.
Bangalore? Rape. ಏನು ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ವಿಚಾರ ಇಲ್ಲೋ ನಿಮಗೆ? Is it the only news you are having? Bangalore? Rape. ಏನು ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ವಿಚಾರ ಇಲ್ಲೋ ನಿಮಗೆ? Is it the only news you are having?
The remark numbed millions of citizens in the state. He, the CEO, the boss of the state, offers a reply that is not only extremely inhuman but also unacceptable.
I don't have anything to say to someone like this who gives such an opinion on at least to the media, because I don't think he has any clue what's going on and what actually we are going through. He should actually not be this person. We should actually not be talking about him right now. It's not that important. He should just realize that he's not doing his job, and he can do a lot but he's not doing, so I think he should just leave the job and probably...
They are not fit to be in charge. That's all. They are not supposed to be here then.
You know, it's kind of disturbing, and I guess he's kind of not really dreaming about the issues at hand, and he should probably get a really good strong cup of coffee, get the case reports, read it. That definitely will wake him up from his sleep. And yeah, he should put on his running shoes and get after these culprits, because we as Bangaloreans, we're wide awake, we're very angry, and we've had enough.
I just want to say that, is this the same answer he will give if his own children or own daughter, wife, it happens to them?
All I have to say is, dear Karnataka government, a 6-year-old girl was raped in school. What was the problem this time? Her miniskirt, her usage of phones, her drinking. Was she going to a pub out late at night? Please do something about it. Wake up. This is the women of our proud nation.
Ask him whether he has a daughter. Does he think that his daughter is safe in this kind of a place? We people go roam around all the time at night and we don't feel safe sometimes. And these people really don't take it seriously, and I don't know, actually his daughter should be ashamed of it, because she should ask, her dad, saying, Papa, what is this?
Clearly, the relentless media pursuit and rising intolerance amongst the public has cornered the government, and this has not brought out the best in the Chief Minister. Tired with the relentless media pursuit, our Chief Minister fell into deep sleep.
Medicine sigde irtakkantadrinda ee tara on record illದೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತವು ಇರಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ ದಯಮಾಡಿ
This is the second time in the recent past that the Chief Minister has dozed off amidst important discussions on the floor of the House. He had last slept off on the 18th of July. While the Chief Minister had tried to defend himself then, we would want to know how he could defend his repeat act. And believe it or not, there was at least one more cabinet minister who chose to doze while the assembly was in active discussion. It is our Forest and Environment Minister, Ramanath Rai. If silence is golden, sleeping is more divine, it appears. With the drowsy assurances and blatant dismissals, the people of Karnataka are surely not happy with CM Sar's responses to the raging issue.
Rape. ಏನು ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ವಿಚಾರ ಇಲ್ಲೋ ನಿಮಗೆ? Is it the only news you are having?
A News 9 report.
One more sir incident.
Back. The first task in hand for the new police commissioner of Bengaluru was to address the anguished parents of the Vibgyor High. But did he do a good job? Let's find out.
One of the first things M.N. Reddy did as the new police commissioner of Bengaluru was to show that he is taking the rape case of the 6-year-old girl seriously. After meeting Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, he headed straight to Vibgyor High School in Marathahalli. He visited the scene of crime and inspected the school premises with a battalion of cops. He even spoke to the school management. It was only after this that the new Bengaluru police commissioner turned to the waiting parents. The concerned parents have been mulling over sending their children back to the school, but they can't do this unless Bengaluru police and government are sure that their kids are safe at school. They have demanded the management to implement better safety measures so that they can send their kids back to school.
Parents want the children to come back to school. In the interest of the children who are missing school, the school has to reopen. That is one part. So, second part is about the investigation. The investigation is going on.
The parents of Vibgyor High have garnered the support of thousands across the nation in their bid to incite strict action against the erring school management. The school authorities have been heavily criticized for their unsatisfactory security measures. They have also been accused of hushing up the matter for over 10 days. Moreover, Mustafa, the accused, who was recently arrested for raping the child, was previously sacked for showing obscene videos to school children. And this was from a private school in Bengaluru itself. The management clearly failed to conduct a thorough background check before hiring him. But despite loud protests and meetings with ministers and top cops, Bengaluru police seem to have taken no action whatsoever against the authorities of Vibgyor High. Even today, when we questioned M.N. Reddy on whether they will be taking action against the school management, all we got was an uncertain answer.
Investigating officer who is doing the investigation will give us advice on what points lacuna were found, on what points the loopholes were found, etc. Based on that, action will be taken.
But the DCP of Crime Division was a little more open to addressing the speculations surrounding the progress of investigations.
See, the investigation is going on in the right direction. There are certain constraints which are there in the investigation. The child is a small child, and the version given by the child, we are trying to look at each and every aspect. There are a lot of CCTV cameras. Some of the CCTV cameras are not working. So to analyze the CCTV footage of all these cameras is a very painstaking task, and a big team has actually been set up to study every second of the CCTV footage. So it's going to take some time. Let the investigation get completed. I think in some coming days we should be able to answer some of the questions in a better manner. We will assure you that all more than 100% efforts are being put in the case, and some officers are working day and night on the case. As far as the results is concerned, it obviously will happen as and when it has to happen.
Meanwhile, the National Human Rights Commission has sought a report on the controversial case. The Commission has observed that the reports on this incident so far raise serious issues of violation of rights of a child. The Act of the Male Staff attracts penal provisions of protection of children from Sexual Offences Act. NHRC has now issued a notice to the Chief Secretary, Director General of Police, the Karnataka government and Deputy Commissioner of the city, calling for a report within 2 weeks. Regardless of what the government or police are up to, the concerned parents will stick to their demands to ensure their children are safe when they return to school.
Do you feel safe to send your child back to school, and when can we see the school actually opening?
Friend, as a parent of this school, a child of this school, and as a general parent of a child, my anxiety is still there. Because this being such a good school, this has happened in this school, and still Bangalore needs a lot of tuning up, a lot of implementation on the law, and a lot of other factors which has to be verified in these educational institutions. My priority and my agenda is not just this school. I'm considering this as the baseline. We as a team of parents, we had also thought about this would be the baseline, and we are going to fight at the other levels, and in the further course of action, we all are going to go meet the Chief Justice of Karnataka High Court and insist him to bringing a law so that this kind of cases, this kind of cases are fast-tracked, and there would be a result might be in a span of 1 month or so. The guy who participates in this kind of activity should be hanged within 1 month. It's going to be, might be another 2-3 days. Probably it's going to be by Monday only, man, because two days they are requesting, today being Tuesday, 2 days is again Wednesday and Thursday. So Friday would be 1 working day, so might be all cleaning up other things. Might be the school will begin by Monday.
So there you heard it. Thank you so much for talking to News 9.
Thank you.
So there you heard it. He as a parent wants to make sure that his child gets back to school, but wants to do that only when the safety precautions in the school are met. And the safety precautions are already, the measures have already started. CCTV cameras and many such avenues have already begun. So let's hope that the school begins on Monday and the children have a safe study and a safe stay during their time at school. With camera person Balaji, this is Deepak Bopana for News 9.